So as I described in the chapter, in the mornings when I wake up, I get a cup of coffee and I come talk with Mom and just talk to her, just either in my own head or out loud. And at first glance, it could just sort of seem weird, which my friends and family will tell you fits the author. But it's really been fun. And let me just to tell you why it's been fun. One is that my experience is that all of us siblings love this woman so much. She was a great mother, and we miss her a lot. She's been gone 46 years, but a really, really special person and a great mom. So we feel very, very lucky and honored that she was our mother. Two, it's hard sometimes to have that love in your heart for somebody who's passed along and not know what to do with it. So it's not original, but what I do is I come and have coffee with Mom and I just talk to her about what's going on for me. But I also love this fun fiction of what would she be doing if she were alive? And I describe that in the chapter, so please read that there. But here's what I've noticed as I've been doing this over the last couple of years, is that by coming and talking with her in my present and her in heaven, it's the coolest thing because it feels like I'm connecting with her on both a physical level, but also on a spiritual level, I would say. And I don't want to go too far with this other than I find that by having her chair here and having the ability to think about her and talk with her, it brings her present into my life now. And I make this point in the chapter about Ed's clock, that by having Ed's clock and going and talking to Ed about finite time versus infinite time, I think one of the coolest things about Museum of Us items, the ones that you choose to keep, like I kept Mom's rocking chair, is that it's a way, instead of, we would never forget them, but by not getting to interact with them, because I'll go to the cemetery and I'll say, I'm so sorry you're gone, and that's totally appropriate. But what I find is that by doing this every day, it puts her in my life every day, and it brings her and her values to me. I can remember just one story. She had a rule that in high school, we were not allowed to go steady. I think she just felt like she wanted us to date and etc. But I'm the middle child, and so by the time it got to me and I fell in love with my high school sweetheart, I just didn't want to date anybody. I was in love. I was the happiest first love person you'll ever meet in your life. And I went to her in this in this rocking chair, I can remember, and she said, I'm sorry, Mark, you'll have to date somebody else now for a couple of times, then you can go back and date your high school sweetheart. And I said, no, Mom, I don't want to. I don't want to date anybody else. I just want to date this one lady. And I kind of stood up to her and said, no, I really, much as you don't want me to go steady, I don't want to go steady so much as I'm just in love with this one lady. And I think from a memory standpoint, every time I see this chair, I think about my standing up for my feelings and my emotions of my high school sweetheart. And in the coolest way possible, Mom got it. And she sort of backed off and said, well, if that's the way you feel, then okay. And so I dated her the rest of high school, and I was a very, very happy high school, what do you call it, romantic, or my high school romance or first love was just the specialest thing in the world to me. But in this chair, Mom put down the rule, but she also demonstrated to me when to back off just enough to allow me to become more of my own person. And I always appreciated that about her. And again, that's one of the memories that I have from the chair. But to finish, all I would offer is that if you have artifacts of people that you love, and you can be around that artifact as a way of what I call being kind of a portal to remembering and talking with that person, I think the effect is very calming. It's very, I want to say therapeutic, but I don't do it for therapy. I just enjoy talking with her and saying, I wonder what you'd be doing today. I wonder where you'd be living. I wonder what you'd be reading. It's just it's a nice mental conversation, and I encourage it. It's I'm sure somebody's going to tell me somewhere it's weird, but my experience has been just the opposite. It's been very fun and loving, and me and my siblings, we just love this woman so much. It's just a way for me to communicate with her on a day-to-day basis. And oh, by the way, she was the one that taught me to like coffee. So it goes full circle, and I get to enjoy the coffee, and I hope she gets to enjoy the aroma. But this is the chapter about open wooden arms of her mom's rocking chair. And this is that rocking chair that I get to enjoy every day. And there's that special mother that we love so much. That's it for now.